Good evening, folks. What's going on? It's the Flying Piggy on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you this evening. Sorry to keep you waiting there, folks. All sorts of news coming in, and then my computer decided to shit it just as I was about to go live, so I had to restart it. It's a whole thing. We're only 16 minutes late, though. No, seriously, apologies for keeping you all waiting, guys, but we're here for the evening show. Get in there, you legends. Thank you for waiting patiently for us to get going. We've got like 100 legends in it already at the start of the stream tonight. Get in there, you beautiful people. Welcome in. Happy evening to you all. Thanks so much for joining us. We're already in Fergie time tonight, guys, so we'll try and catch up as quick as possible. But welcome into all the legends of the channel. Thanks for joining us and getting in here. Adam Hanif, Danny B, The Hoop Man, FJT, United 90, G Wolf United, Matty Smith, Matej, Aleha, Chloe Jenkins, Andrew Goncars, Chris Barker, The Hoop Man, Duncan, Ryan, Kingslayer, get in there, my son, Jason Chapman, Mohammed, Malps, Stephen, Jason, Johnny, Primot, Mephisto, let's go, and everybody who's in here, Babes of Busby, Acadian, James Whelan, Gattuso, Johnny, Duncan, Easy Home Cooking with Vegas, get in there, my son, Flying Pig United Extra, DJ Disco Dave, get in there, you beauty, The Vootinator, Luan France, all the mods, all the members, thanks so much for getting in here for the show tonight, guys. Sorry we are a little bit late, but we're going to get stuck into things now. Everybody popping up on the screen right now. Hello, Zinko, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for getting in here. The Gaming Simp, we got G Wolf United in here. Everyone, thanks very much for getting in, guys. Do us a favor at the start of this stream, smash the like button on it. Give us a big juicy thumbs up on this video tonight. Plenty to get into, lots to discuss. The latest Manchester United goings on we will cover in this video. It's a live stream, so as always, get yourself involved in the live chat right there, peeps. We will be dipping in and out of the live chat as we go along the stream, so get yourself involved by having your say throughout. And of course, big Q&A coming at the end of the stream. And as always, you know what to do at the start of this video. Smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're 26 subscribers away from 72.8k subs. So smash the subscribe if you are new to the channel here. Give us a share around. We've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat there. You can go give us a retweet over on the twits, over on the X or on the Twitter or whatever you want to call it. Why has Elon Musk turned it into some sort of, I don't know, dodgy porn account sounding name? But go over and give us a retweet on Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it X or re-X us. Give us a re-X. I'm not saying that. It's Twitter, guys. But anyway, go and give us a retweet on Twitter. It's pinned to the top of the live chat there. We'll shout you all out later on during the stream. And get yourself involved throughout. Oh, yes. And drop the like button. Right, let's get stuck in then, Pete. Sorry to keep you waiting there, guys. Piss poor, eh? Absolutely piss poor. Proper Fergie time on the go. Remember Fergie back in the day, mate? He was awesome, wasn't he? Remember when he was like, you know, he'd get his grandfather clock out, wouldn't he? Bloody get grandfather clock out and be like, ref, fucking time's up, mate. Time's up, ref. Look, I've got fucking grandfather clock here, mate. Do you remember? What a legend. Obviously, he didn't literally do that, but might as well have done. What a hero. Right, hello again there, Ali. 69 likes at the start of the stream. That's a great number right there. Yes, keep hitting the likes right there, guys. Hey there, Jonathan, Dancing with the Devil, Vincent, everyone. Sorry, too many people to name, really, but thank you so much for joining us and getting involved. Right then, let's get stuck into the news, guys. Let's get stuck into the news. So, I guess the biggest news of the evening, is that Rasmus Højlund has signed his contract, baby. Get in there, my son. Come on. Oh, Rasmus Højlund. Oh, Rasmus Højlund. Oh, Rasmus Højlund. Get in there, my son. Come on. He has signed, as per reported here, by Fabrizio Romano. Obviously, we knew this was coming. Let's not have a mangasm all over the place just yet, but we knew this was coming. But just a little bit about the deal, guys. So initially, there was an update about 2 hours ago, just after 8 p.m, saying that Rasmus Højlund has just signed his 5-year contract with the option for a further year as a new Manchester United player. Done, sealed. Get in there, my son. Done and dusted. Rasmus Højlund is a Red. And then he gave us a bit more information about it. Fabrizio Romano, and just said essentially that he'd obviously signed his deal. There's still a couple of different things that need to transpire before, of course, he is a Manchester United player. Paperwork, finalizations, visas, this kind of thing. He says more on Rasmus Højlund after the contract signed a few minutes ago. Manchester United plan to unveil the Danish striker as new striker at Old Trafford on Saturday before the friendly game versus Lens, which is obviously what we've been saying throughout the last couple of days, that it's likely that he will be unveiled before the game, the Lens game. Probably unrealistic for him to play in that game. Phil Jones attack. Rug Muncher 007 getting in here, lad. Get in there, my son. Come on. New members of the channel. We got 5 new members courtesy of this guy. This guy, Rug Muncher 007 right there. Mate, thank you so much for unleashing the power of Phil Jones on the live chat there. 5 new members of the channel courtesy of this guy, Rug Muncher 007, going in there in a raw, filthy capacity. Thank you so much there, my friend. Get in there. That's very kind. He's gifted out 5 memberships on the channel, this guy. That's super legit. Thank you very much for that there, lad. Yes, indeed. It's funny with people saying Rug Muncher legend and stuff. Rug Muncher legend. Look at that. Anyone fans calling you a Rug Muncher legend. It's just something wrong about that. It's wrong, but it feels so right. Hey, thank you, Rug Muncher 007, for gifting out those memberships, lad. It's ended up going to... we've got... Who've we got? We've got Dilvani has been gifted a membership there. Johnny, Jim McGill, Becca Quinn, and Dave the Gamer, all getting the membership there from Rug Muncher 007. Thank you so much, pal. That's awesome. That is class, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, crikey. And he's gifted another 5 memberships out. I don't believe it. Get in there, my son. You know, that's awesome, mate. Come on. We've got to just take a second to appreciate Rug Muncher 007 there, who's making members left, right, and centre in this community. Check that out, peeps. Come on, we've got to appreciate that, Mr. Rug Muncher 007, lad. Oh, yes. Very, very kind of you, dude. Thank you so much for that. He likes his martini shaven, not stirred. You know what I'm saying? Rug Muncher 007. Hey, cheers for that, bro. Honestly, that's very kind. That's 10 memberships today. What a hero. It's gone to D Purple Boy. No Place Like Soames. Gearoid 16. Also, we've got Max Orentz. Chris Ryan has been chosen. And I think, is that everybody there? Yeah, that's everyone. Thank you so much there, Deep Purple Boy, and everyone to Rug Muncher 007, who's just gifted us out 5 new members. That is class, lad. Absolutely beautiful, mate. I really do appreciate that. What a way to start this show off tonight. 10 Phil Jones is popping up on your screen. I apologise for that, guys. Sick bags at the ready. I apologise for that, but that is serious. You're right there, Mike Hill. Rug Muncher is a don. Mad support for the channel there. Thanks so much. And also just bringing new memberships out there, you know, making new members, growing the member community. It's bloody awesome. Yes, mate, Rug Muncher 007, he says, let's get this community rocking. Mate, fair play to you, my son. Thank you very much for a £10 super chat as well. Goodness me, put the Pinot Grigio down, lad. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Look at that, guys. £10 super chat from the guy as well. What an absolute hero. Yes, indeed. Hey, Johnny M. Yes, lad, I actually printed that out earlier on, mate. Or I pressed it, I should say, in the t-shirt press, lad, and packaged it up so it's ready to send. I did everybody's that's been pending, so you will have that very soon, mate. I'm probably going to try and get down there tomorrow or Saturday morning earliest and send all the t-shirts off, so you should have it early to mid next week there, Johnny, lad. Thank you once again for doing that, bro. That's bloody awesome, mate. Thank you so much to Rug Muncher 007. Seriously, get some rugs in the live chat. Don't know if we can do that, but thank you so much. You're a legend. Let's get on with the show then. But big love to Rug Muncher 007 there right at the start of this show. What a hero. Okay, so as I say, the big news really, Manchester United have now got Rasmus Højlund all done and wrapped up, essentially speaking. We're just waiting for an official announcement from the club. But he has signed his contract now. We know that. Fabrizio Romano says that this evening he's put pen to paper on a 5-year deal with the option for an extra year. Get in there, my son. Absolutely lovely stuff. £72 million, 85 million euros, somewhere in that region. It's a heck of a lot of cash that we're spending on this guy. But in my humble opinion, he's going to turn out to be a very good player for us in the future and somebody that Ten Hag clearly wants to go and get for his particular style of and brand of football. Obviously, there's other options we could have looked at. Gonçalo Ramos is now basically going to be a PSG player, isn't he? He was an option apparently for us as a backup, but not really befitting of what Ten Hag's trying to do by all accounts. Ten Hag, impressed by what Rasmus Højlund has done over the last year and wants to get him on board to maybe be able to grow and develop this guy into one of the world's best. So get in there, my son. Rasmus Højlund signs. That's big, big news tonight. But obviously we're expecting that to come at any time. Oh, Rugmuncher007, bro, with another £10 super chat says, if you move to the Isle of Wight, I'll buy you a beer, mush. Thank you, as long as you don't call me mush, mate. No, I'm joking. Perfect. Hey, that's class. Rugmuncher007, thank you so much, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you buying me a beer with and handing me that pint glass with your six-fingered hand, my son, if you're from the Isle of Wight. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, mate. But yes, I actually might do. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see about that. But who knows? I might be moving to the Isle of Wight. It's cheap. It's cheaper than the mainland here. I'm in Dorset, and it's not that far away from here, but it is cheaper. So you never know, mate. I look forward to giving you a high six soon, mate. I look forward to giving you a high six or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cheers for that, bro. That's very kind of you, though. Anyway, proper top lad. Thank you very much for that. Hey there, Beats guy. What's going on? Yes, mate. Højlund is signed. Come on, absolutely beautiful stuff. Højlund is a Manchester United player. Done deal. Obviously, we knew that was the case anyway, but it's just nice that he's put pen to paper finally on a new deal. So that's absolutely happy days there, guys. Thank you so much to everyone for being here for the news tonight. We're going to move on now because we've done the Rasmus Højlund stuff to death. We will let you know as and when on the channel when it is an official signing, i.e. Manchester United announce it. I guess it could be tonight, probably tomorrow. But as we say, Man United are looking to unveil Rasmus Højlund by all accounts before the game against RC Lens at Old Trafford on Saturday. So it probably will be announced that morning or even the night before, somewhere around there, just to build that anticipation. And but I'm looking forward to seeing him unveiled anyway. A la Raphael Varane, we'll see him rolled out in front of the Old Trafford faithful for the RC Lens game. Should be an absolute banger. G-Wolf, thank you for your highlight member comment. Check that out. 41 months this guy's been a member of this channel. 41. Super legit amount of time there, G-Wolf. Thank you so much. Nearly getting on. That's a year and a half, mate. Getting on for... Sorry, that's 3.5 years, I mean. Getting on for 4 years, dude. He says, you know you're cute. You know you're sexy. Sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. Why you've got me singing that during a transfer news show, I don't know why, G-Wolf. But yeah, he's getting the old Shawn Michaels theme music in there. Says, hope you're well, brother, and the Bacon Brigadier is so happy Højlund signs. G-Wolf, thank you very much for that, mate. Seriously, much love to you, bro. Hope everything's okay with you. 41 months this guy's been supporting this channel. Literally nearly 4 years. What an absolute legend, though. Seriously. Hashtag 41 for the G-Wolfster. Go and check his YouTube channel out, guys. He's got a streaming setup. He streams Rocket League and various games. And he's just a bit of a lad, isn't he, Mr. Wolfster? So shout out, Wolfster. Thank you so much, bud. I appreciate you, dude. Getting there. 41 months. 41 months. Thank you very much, Wolfie. 111 likes, guys. Keep smashing the likes. That's good. But we can do even better than that, my friends. Right, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the latest information that we've got on, well, I like to call him the Easter Island Head, a.k.a. the Stone Pillar, a.k.a. part man, part Parthenon. Do you know what I'm saying? A fundamental reason why Manchester United have melted the last couple of years. A human column, so to speak. A human breeze block, if you like. A statuesque individual. The opposite of Venus de Milo. He's got arms, but he might as well have no legs. You know, that's the sort of guy we're talking about here. A statuesque man. That's right. So let's talk about him. Slabby Maguire. Mount Rushmore, that's a good one, United 90. Yeah, Slabby Maguire, bit statuesque of a man, but still here as a Manchester United player right now. There are murmurs and rumblings that West Ham could be lining up a second bid for this guy, which is obviously very important for us to try and, you know, go through with, to try and receive another bid. Hopefully we can sell this guy and get him gone. Maguire is obviously not wanted really by Ten Hag, hence why we've got many players ahead of him, hence why he stripped the captaincy off of him, hence why we've signed Johnny Evans, hence why we've got 4, 5, 6 arguable players ahead in the line of Harry Maguire. Oh my goodness me. Rugmuncher007 again has gifted out 5 memberships on the channel. You what? What an absolute don. Thank you very much indeed. I don't know what to say there, man. 15 members from this guy tonight. That's absolutely exceptional. Thank you so much to Rugmuncher007 gifting out the members. Beats Guy, long-time legend, has been given a membership there. Rocky Esposito as well. Come on. Oh my God, we rock hard. Derek Yoon and Luke Paradise all been given the memberships from this guy, Rugmuncher007. Thank you so much, my friend. That is absolutely awesome, lad. That is insane, mate. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say, mate. 15 different memberships on the channel tonight. What a legend. What a legend, guys. Come on, get those rug emojis in there. We don't have any of those, but if we did, don't know, get a Phil Jones emoji in there or something. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Eventually, I am going to be able to talk about the news, but this is just an absolute member party on the go right now. There's many new members of this channel, courtesy of the man Rug Buncher 007. Super chat. I got no sound on the go. Fuck. When did I knock that off? Bollocks. Oh, no. Okay, I'm melted there, guys. I muted it ages ago. Hey, Chloe Jenkins, thank you so much for gifting us out a membership on the channel there. Not a membership, sorry, for gifting us a £5 super chat there. That was absolutely awesome. Sorry I have melted there, by the way. She says that Harry Maguire is that statue in Night of the Museum. Hey, you dum-dum. Give me gum-gum. You know that guy? That's basically what he is, to be fair. You dum-dum, give me gum-gum. That's exactly it, exactly. Hey, thank you so much, by the way, for Chloe Jenkins. Everybody get some mad love in the live chat. And very, very funny. Thank you so much, Chloe. Rug007 says, you're welcome, my brother. Mate, that's very kind of you as well. Mad love getting in here. Thank you so much again to Rug007. I don't know what to say, mate. Mike Hill says your mic is muted. Well, it was muted, wasn't it? I had a whole little song there and everything. Do you know what I mean? You diddy dum dum diddy gum gum. You diddy dum dum giddy gum gum. Hey gum gum. You know, etc. Thank you so much, though, everybody, for getting in here and listening to this drivel tonight. Let's crack on. So, thank you, everybody. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. You know that guy, guys. You know that absolute slab of a man. Anyway, so, goodness, let's get back on track here, folks. This is difficult. This is difficult, guys, tonight, with all this going on. There's a lot going on here, guys. There's a lot going on. But Harry Maguire to West Ham looks like it could still be happening, with interest from Davy Moyes, the Ginger Goblin, still reportedly there. We obviously want that to happen, don't we? I mean, what do you think? Do you think he'll try and have another bid? Do you think West Ham will come in for another offer? Smash a one if you do. But there's lots of outlets suggesting that David Moyes is intent on bringing Harry Maguire to West Ham for the new season. This is from the Independent, and there is an understanding that a second bid may well be coming in for Harry Maguire, which is obviously great news for us if it does happen. So West Ham could make a second bid to sign Manchester United defender Harry Maguire. This is via the Mail. You know, take it with a pinch of salt. But as we say, many different outlets suggesting that this is the case and that Maguire is most wanted at this moment in time by West Ham. David Moyes is intent on signing Harry Maguire. West Ham would be willing to do the deal if they can get him for £20 million, but Manchester United are holding out for 30+ million. Maguire may have to accept the reality if the club accepts an offer, says Miguel Delaney. So, yeah, I mean, we've got to kind of accept an offer, the next good offer that we get for Harry Maguire, i.e. any offer that's more than 20 million quid. Surely we've got to accept it. So I understand Man United obviously not just biting West Ham's hand off straight away for that £20 million offer, because we may well be able to generate a little bit more by waiting, by negotiating, and by making them sweat a little bit. They clearly have interest in Maguire. That's why they've actually put in an official bid. So we've got to understand that maybe United can get a little bit more out of this guy. And if we can, then we should try and play the game and try and obviously get that extra cash. So I understand taking our time on this one, but surely we need to end up fundamentally with the outcome being Harry Maguire is leaving this football club in the summer, because he's a £200,000 a week backup option for Erik ten Hag, who just stinks up the gaff and doesn't really feature and isn't going to really feature that much during the season, I don't think, because of all the players that are indeed ahead of him. Yes, thank you, Chrissy J, for getting in here and being a member for 19 months, lad. Hashtag 19 for Chrissy. Comment, sell the club, sell the gash, buy Kane. Hashtag lays out. Great comment, lad. Thank you. Yes, we would like to see that, wouldn't we? If we could get rid of all the gash players like Maguire, who's supposedly wanted by West Ham. And even I've heard Wolves are interested in slabbing Maguire as well. So maybe there's one or two other clubs that would be keen on Harry. We've heard Everton and Sean Dyche are possibly interested in the guy also. And as we've talked about, the type of player that Harry Maguire is, he would very much be a good fit for a team like Everton with Sean Dyche as their manager. You know, he is a sort of low block defender. He's tailor-made for that sort of setup. He would be good. But for Manchester United, no good. From an attacking point of view, no good. Leaves us too vulnerable at the back, too slow, too cumbersome, too much of an absolute melt. Onana almost headbutted him in the first game that he ever played with him. He ran up to him, gave him the what for. The only reason he didn't headbutt him is because when he got closer, he realised just the magnitude of the size of the cranium involved and decided he better just shout in his face instead. So, you know, this is the sort of guy we're talking about. He's an error-prone guy. He's on a lot of money, backup option. Hopefully West Ham are going to come in for this guy very soon for a second offer. And if not West Ham, then maybe Wolves. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness me. Rugmuncher 007 has gifted out another 5 memberships on the channel. Come on, my son. Get in there, my son. So, thank you very much, you absolute don. Man, oh man, oh man. Seriously, what is going on? This guy has gifted out legendary memberships tonight. Yeah, man. Dynamic Menace has gifted memberships by Rugmuncher 007. He's gone absolutely raw. Luan says another 5 memberships from Rugmuncher 007. What a legend. We've got to just get some appreciation. Hashtag appreciation for the Rug Muncher in the live chat. Because that is insane support, you know. Really, really, really nice of you, mate. Thank you so much indeed. Guys, let's get a cheeky little love heart in the live chat there, please. For this legend, everybody. Make sure you, do get your thumbs ups on the stream and get your love hearts in there for the legend that is. That's right. Mr. Rug Muncher 007. Thank you so much, pal. Proper hero indeed. Get in there, you beautiful man. Right, so where was I? I'm talking about Harry Maguire. Sorry, guys, it's hard to keep on track when there's so many of these legendary members being made here. Nearly, I don't know, goodness knows how many we've got now, but we will be able to add a lot more emojis now, courtesy of Rugmuncher 007, probably another emoji we can add. I've got a bunch written down which I need to add, guys, very soon. We're going to have a facepalm one, a Rashford one, a Glazers out one. We're going to add some more emojis for all the channel members. Incidentally, if you want to become a channel member, nobody has to. We always, get involved with everybody in the live chat. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to super chat or anything like that. But if you want to support the show, you can do for as little as $1.99 a month. You do get access to badges. You get access to a highlighted member comment once a month, and your name in green, and you get to be part of the posse. So there you go. Thank you, Rugmuncher 007, for gifting out 20, I think, today, though. 20 new members in the chat because of Rugmuncher 007. I don't think I've ever said the words Rugmuncher so many times in a stream. But it feels right. It feels right. Okay, so Maguire to West Ham is still a go. David Moyes, understandably, very interested in making a second offer for Harry Maguire. He's not given up on him. And why would you? As we've talked about previously, like if he's prepared to offer 20 million, surely he's prepared to up that a little bit and go in for at least £5 million more. Now, I personally do not think Manchester United can generate 30 or £35 million, which is understandably what we want for this guy because of the amount of wages that he's on, his age and his error proneness, etc. But I think £25 million is the magic number. 25 is the magic number for Slabo Maguire. It allows us to save a little bit of face. Okay, we did pay 80 mil for the guy, but 20 mil is just a super snip. It's almost a bit cheeky from West Ham, even though, in my opinion, the wages make it justifiable. But let me ask the live chat, guys. Get your thoughts and opinions in terms of pound sterling, not euros on this one. But in terms of pound sterling, how much do you think we should be looking to receive for Harry Maguire in this current transfer window based on his contract, based on his ability, based on his age, based on his role in the team, based on everything. How much do you think we should be really looking to receive for Harry Maguire? Let us know your thoughts. McTominay and Pavement Slab, 55 mil for both. Now that's a deal that I would like to see. Yes, absolutely. Danny says 23. Chloe says 30. Fair play. Yeah, I guess that's the absolute maximum that we could probably get. Is that. We've also, yeah, indeed. It's a lot of money for this guy. 30 mil says Gattuso, 10 million says Callum. Yo, what's going on there, Ulster legend? 25 says Dynamic Millen, 30 says Mataj. Most people saying 30, Goodness me, I feel like 30 million quid we're asking a little bit too much. Goodness me, 20 quid to Stuart Stormtroop Water. That's like Tesco's asking for £7.50 for a regular sized tub of Lurpak butter. The world's gone mad. The world's gone absolutely mad. 30 million. Crikey, I know it's nice and creamy, but crikey, you can do one. I'm buying the old Utterly Butterly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'd be doing if I was David Moyes. Forget that shite. Absolutely. Will Blake says Sam Cattle wants a boxing match. I sent super chat. Hey, you know what, Will Blake, lad? To be perfectly honest with you, tell him I'll meet him down as the car park, lad, and I'll give him a cheeky little bit of bare knuckle action, mate. That's right, yeah. Actually, tell him I'll meet him down the farm with his other cow friends. You know what I mean? Sam Cattle? Who the fuck is that guy? You know what I'm saying, mate? Sam Cattle. What an absolute cow brain. Anyway, thank you very much for that super chat, mate. Yeah, nice one. Rubbish. Absolute nonsense. Okay, thanks for the £2, though. You think minimum 50 million, says Luan France. 21 million, says Duncan Belifo. Yeah, no, it's crazy, isn't it, Madhouse? The price of butter's crazy. I know, I'm with you there. I just get whatever's on offer. Not really into the Lurpak anyway, to be fair. It doesn't spread very well from the fridge, does it? Sort of quite appropriate for Slabby Maguire, really, because he is a bit of a fridge, and he doesn't spread very well on the pitch either, to be perfectly fair. But, I mean, crikey, I always get the Batoli, or the Utterly Butterly, or just whatever's on offer, guys, Let's keep it real around here. What's everyone's go-to butter, guys? What's everyone's go-to butter or Marge? Anyway, so Maguire, Moisey's wanting him. There's still a possibility maybe other clubs like Everton and Wolves are interested in this guy. A lot of people saying we should be getting £30 million for him. Oh, I think it's a little bit wishful thinking. If we could get 30 million, then it's actually brilliant business by United, because he's not really worth 30 million pounds in my humble opinion. But why not? I understand what people are saying. Why not? Other teams often sell players for more than they seem that they're worth, don't they? They're able to get rid of players. If a team really wants to come in and get a player who's an England international, who plays for Gareth Southgate's England, literally in the starting 2 centre-backs all the time, and has been Manchester United's captain the last 2 seasons, rightly or wrongly, surely that does bring with it a little bit of value. 27.89 says Rug Muncher. 25 to 30. 15 says Jason. 30. I mean, obviously everybody's going to feel differently on this one. My feeling is 25 million is absolute tops. I would have, like I was ranting and raving about the other day when we received this offer and rejected it, I would have basically accepted the 20 million. Thanks for the offer there, Davey. You can have him. You can have that absolute melter. I would have sold him for 20 million quid, to be fair, the first offer that came in. Because why continue? It would have actually given us more time in the transfer window to figure out what to do with the money that we generate from Slabo. We could have just gone and got Sofian Amrabat by now. So yeah, okay, it might be worth holding out for another 5 or 10 million, I guess. But not if it's going to rage on all summer long and we end up selling him just before the end of the transfer window. I'd have rather have got him gone for 22 mil. Just had a cheeky little conversation with him. Well, give us 2 million more, you can have him. Surely they'd have gone, yeah. That way we could have gone and bought Sofian Amrabat straight away. So we're fannying around here. We're fannying around with a fanny. Why are we fannying around with Harry Maguire when we could have probably just done a quick negotiation, asked for a little bit more, and got him in? Instead, we've outright rejected it. And we've just basically said, oh no, we want a heck of a lot more money than that. That's not the right approach, I don't think, for Harry Maguire, because he is bloody average. Hey, what's going on, Sleep Tight? Thank you for the 199 super chat here. He says, hi, Piggy, I'm sorry I just joined. Amrabat update. I'll get onto that in a little bit. I'm just talking about the Slabo Maguire latest updates. But thank you very much for getting in with your super chat there, Sleep Tight. We'll cover that very shortly, lad. Get in there, you beautiful man. Okay, so, obviously Maguire is somebody that we want to see go. We've all had enough of him, I think. Some people do think he's a good player. And he is a good player, but he's not a good enough player for Manchester United. Plus, we've just moved on from him. Time to make improvements. Just like it's time to make improvements on Fred, even though Fred's a good player and a nice guy. Time to make improvements on him. Time to make improvements on McTominay and all of these absolute melters. And if we can perhaps do a double deal with West Ham for McTominay and Maguire for 50 or 55 million pounds, double snap their hands off, because that would be getting rid of two absolute melters at the same time, and it would be a fantastic piece of business if we could get rid of both of them this summer. And from West Ham's point of view, they've just got 105 million for Declan Rice. They've got cash. They're understandably interested themselves in Sofyan Amrabat. Personally, think that's a little bit of a PR spin to try and make it seem like they might not be going for McTominay, or United might have a little bit of competition there. But obviously, he's not going to go and join the Europa League West Ham David Moyes Ginger Goblin team over Erik ten Hag's Manchester United in the Champions League. So it's just PR spin, I think, maybe to make it seem like that's what they're trying to do, and to make it seem like they might actually go and look elsewhere, just to force Manchester United's hand a little bit, maybe to try and commit Manchester United to selling Scott McTominay for a bit less money. So, obviously we've got to wait and see how it plays out, but David Moyes reportedly intent on, coming in for a second bid for Slabby Maguire. We're just waiting for that to play out. I think he probably will come in and have a bid. Smash a yes in the live chat if you think West Ham are going to end up signing Harry Maguire this summer transfer window. Smash a no in the chat if you think that Harry Maguire stays put. Let us know your thoughts. But right now, West Ham seems the best fit. I think they're probably the best club that's going to come in for him. Everton are a good club as well, but they can't offer Harry Maguire what West Ham can. West Ham can offer him essentially, London football, which is a draw for some players, but also in the Europa League. So we still have European football to play in. Let's face it, Harry Maguire is a pure Europa League player at best. So, and he makes mistakes in the Europa League. So he would probably be quite content to go and play Europa League football rather than have no European football whatsoever this season. It's a step down, but it's not a huge step down. That's what he was doing last season, was playing Europa League football. Obviously, Manchester United is a huge club compared to West Ham, so in that sense, it's a big step down. But just for Maguire and his England position and everything there, it does make quite a bit of sense for him to go and consider West Ham. But there's still the outright possibility that this guy might turn around and say, I'm not going to play for shitty West Ham. I am a Manchester United player. I've got space hoppers for bollocks and a breeze block for a slab, and I'm staying put. And like it or lump it, I've got a contract for another couple of seasons, and if you don't like it, well, I'm just going to collect my 200 grand a week and play 7th choice centre-back. He might end up doing that. But I don't think necessarily that he will. I think he's the type of guy that wants to play. Of course, if he's not playing regularly for Manchester United, his England place does become in jeopardy. So I don't know. I mean, it's on the guy, really. Will he leave? Will he not leave? It's an interesting one. I'm actually going to get a little poll going in the live chat. We'll run it throughout the show, and I'm just going to ask you: will Maguire leave this summer? Yes or no? Simple as that. Not where he's going, not how he's going, why he's going, but just simply, will Maguire leave this summer? I've just pinned that in the live chat there, guys. So have a little vote throughout the show. Don't know, I like to think that if Ten Hag has the right conversation with him and makes it very clear to the guy that he is just a complete backup now and that he's not going to play very regularly, and says that the only way you're playing basically is Lisandro Martinez accidentally slips with the meat cleaver while he's linking up some sausages and does his bloody thigh in or something, and Raphael Varane paper knees burn to pieces, and Luke Shaw gets hit in the head with a Fray Brentos pie and gets concussion for several weeks, and I don't know, and Johnny Evans, Johnny Evans goes in a time portal or something to being an 85-year-old man, and we need somebody to call upon. That's the only way you're going to get in. That's the only way. And Victor Lindelof gets recalled from IKEA FC to go and help them put together a flat pack piece of furniture. That's the only way you're going to get in, Harry, is if those 5 or 6 players ahead of you end up with some sorts of injuries. That's the only way you play, mate. So sorry, but you are literally 7th choice. If he has that conversation with him, surely then Harry Maguire's going to have to face reality that he's no longer wanted at United. And that if he wants to play regular football, he's going to have to piss off, mate, to West Ham. See you later on, slabby mate. You've had your time at United. You've stunk up the gaff. Worst United captain in history. Made my hair start turning grey. And my hairline recede significantly. And my heart rate messed up. Harry Maguire is an absolute health concern. He should come with one of those black and white health warnings you get on cigarettes. Never mind having this sponsorship on Harry Maguire's shirt. When he plays, he should come on with his own bloody health warning that says Slabby Maguire kills. Slabby Maguire causes coronary artery issues. You know, etc. That's what should happen with Slabby Maguire. He's a health worry. So from that regard, we've got to get rid of the guy. If we can move him on to West Ham or anybody who's stupid enough to have him, get him gone. Get him gone. He's a carcinogen, guys. He's a fucking carcinogen of a player. Manchester United, you know what I'm saying? He's a carcinogen, guys. Maybe a bit harsh, but hey. Ali Evans says 72,777 subscribers. What a number. That is a good number, isn't it? We're getting up there, aren't we? Thank you so much, everybody, for going in there raw and you know, subscribing to the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, guys. We're on our way to 72.8k subscribers, on the way to 73,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe if you are here for the first time. And drop a like on this video too. The like helps us out, peeps. It might seem like a formality. You're probably like, oh, shut up, mate, dropping up these likes all the time. But a like goes a long way, peeps. It only takes a second. You can leave a like for free. And it does give us a boost up there and helps us be, I don't know, found by one or two more people. And also it helps, like, you know, YouTube know that you're liking the stream. So give us a cheeky little like on it if you haven't done so. Johnny Evans. Okay, thank you for the super chat here. Yeah. Okay, so you want to know about Johnny Evans. Is Johnny Evans staying? Well, it looks like at the moment. So it's highly possible we're on the brink of getting ready to offer Johnny Evans a one-year deal. That is what I'm hearing, but nothing concrete about that just yet. There were some murmurs a day or two ago that Man United were getting ready to offer Johnny Evans a one-year contract, but Fabrizio hasn't said that that's 100% right. He says that United are considering it, but there's no offer on the table as of right now. That's the last I heard on the matter. I mean, look, this is obviously not really big business. I think it's a perfect acquisition for United, particularly if we're getting rid of Harry Maguire. Yeah, we're talking about Todibo or Brandt Braithwaite and all these players that could potentially be coming in if we get rid of Maguire as a centre-back option. But Johnny Evans is probably better than Harry Maguire anyway. Yeah, he's 35, but he's not going to be on anywhere near the money that Slabby Maguire's on. It's not going to cost us anything. He's just coming here to be a backup, and he's going to play that role just as well as Slabby Maguire, if you ask me. So let's ask the live chat, guys. Do you want Johnny Evans to stay at Manchester United? What do you reckon? Yes or no? What are you saying? I mean, it's not... Listen, let's face it. It's just kind of a... it's a meaningless signing in the sense that it's not going to improve the first team, but he's there as a backup. If we can get him in instead of or in place of the Slab, then we can sell Slabby Maguire. Then we don't actually have to worry about the depth issues we've got there. We can get rid of the Slab. That means we can work on other areas of the team because we can generate 20 mil, 25 mil, 30 million even for selling Harry Maguire and get 200,000+ pounds a week off the books. So you're going to have to pay, I don't know what Johnny Evans would be on, 60 grand a week, 80 grand a week, I don't know. Let's face it, he's over the hill now. He's 35. He can't ask for a big contract, even if he's a free agent. He can't ask for a big contract. Yes, he's got that history of winning things and he's got that Manchester United history, but this is a long time that's been, and go on, and now he's 35, he's going to be on a very small deal. So in terms of the amount of money, I think it makes sense to get him instead of Harry Maguire as a backup. Why have a backup like Harry on 200+ grand a week? It would be insane. Connor says, watch United give him 150 grand a week. Well, for that, it's not worth it. It makes no sense. Makes no sense to have a sixth choice backup on that sort of money. But if he wants to do a deal for 60 grand a week, he's probably earned that. He's probably worth that right now. He's a good player. Certainly he's a decent option as a sixth choice centre back. That's all he is. So make no mistake, United aren't signing this guy to try and improve our starting 11. Obviously Martinez and Varane are the main boys. They're the guys. But beyond that, you do need some backup options. We've got Lindelof. Of course, we've got Luke Shaw who can play there. And Johnny Evans is just a decent player to have around the gaff. Plus, like we've talked about before, there is something to be said for having experience and for having a bit of a winning mentality and also for a bit of know-how. Like, he has been at Manchester United. He has been in all those big games, the Champions League, the Premier League titles, all of these things that he has won at United counts for something. It's good to have that link in the dressing room. Somebody who's there with that experience. Because right now we don't have any Premier League winners in United's side. Certainly not ones that we've actually had at the club whilst they've won. Other than Johnny Evans. Now David De Gea's gone. We don't have a player like that. So I think it's important just to have some people who know how to do it. And who can help and tutor some of the younger players maybe. And just be able to sort of guide some of these players sometimes. I think he's an important player. It's a good player to have around. Yes, exactly. He says, if he's nice, just to have around the place. Let's get a cat, says Berber. Okay, but can a cat play sixth choice centre-back for you? That's the difference. He's very much just coming around to be a sixth choice centre-back and to play occasionally. So I like the idea of it. I like the connection as well that we've got with him and the football club. It's like a link to our glory days. People might say, but it's a new era. We've got to just move on from that. Why? He's actually just as good as Slabby Maguire. I don't think there's actually even that much difference in terms of quality. The only difference is Harry Maguire is younger, but in terms of error-ladenness, goodness me, Harry Maguire is so error-prone. Even in that last game, just the pre-season game we saw, he almost scored an OG with that big slab of his. He's made big errors. The new goalkeeper's having to shout and scream in his face because of his absolute guff positioning. I think he's awful. You hate Maguire, says Berber. This club's messing up my head. Evans is your favourite milkshake that's been left outside in Junkyard for 10 years, says Adam Haney. Bit harsh, well, he does, Professor Drover. He does, okay. But, in my opinion, he didn't do too badly last season as an individual. I know he got relegated, but I think he's still a decent player. Football Factory says Evans is better. Right, there you go. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Look, let's be honest. Let's just have a completely, I don't know. Let's just have an impartial vote. So forget your hatred that some of you may have for Harry Maguire. Let's have an impartial vote. Who is the better defender? Johnny Evans or Harry Maguire? That's all I want to know. Have a vote in the live chat and let us know your thoughts. For me, looking over the whole of their careers and everything, and even now, I still don't think there's much in it. But personally, I think probably Johnny Evans is better. You might think I'm crazy for saying that because Maguire literally is like second choice centre-back for England all the time and has done a very good job for England. And in the right team, Maguire's going to be a really good player. But actually for Man United, he's not. He doesn't fit the system. He doesn't fit what Ten Hag's trying to do, I don't think. Berber thinks Evans is better and so does young Wizard and Jamie. Maguire, says Brad Wright. Evans says the Hoop Man. Maguire says Kingslayer. Johnny Evans, surely. Evans, 100%. Obvious. Evans, says Duke of Rodtown. Anthony says Maguire isn't leaving. Maguire's better than Evans. Maguire's better, says Luan. Evans, says Duncan. They're both shite, but Evans by miles, says Primot. 50-50. Evans. Yep, Johnny. Maguire's better, says Luan. Evans. Well, most people voting for Evans there, to be fair. I think that does tell you a story, really. Hey, have a good one there, Nut, you legend. I hope you're doing well, bud. Thank you so much for joining us, you top don. How's things with you, mate? Get in there, you beautiful man. 50-50 Evans, probably because he carried Slab at Leicester, says Danny B. Right, fair enough. Listen, it's hard to really say. They're different sorts of players, I suppose, but they're both not good enough for Manchester United's first team, but we're just talking about from a backup capacity. Why would you want to keep Harry Maguire around? If he's prepared to halve his wages, then maybe it makes sense to have him as a seventh choice centre-back, but he's not prepared to do that, and you can't blame him for that. So let's just hope. Anyway, I don't want to fixate too long on Harry Maguire because there is other transfer news and other stuff going on. But let's just hope that Man United do receive another offer from David Moyes' West Ham and they're prepared to up their offer just a little bit because the likeliness of us going to sign a proper baller after selling Maguire increases significantly rather than not selling him because of his wages and because of the amount of money we can generate by letting him go. Just maybe we could think about doing a deal with West Ham for McTominay as well. And that's half of Harry Kane right there. It's wishful thinking, but it's half of Harry Kane right there. Add in a few more sales and before you know it, you've got the most prolific striker in the recent English football sort of last 5, 6, 7 years. So it does make a bit of sense to sell the guy, move him on, big wages, big sort of pressure. Who needs it, guys? Nobody needs it. So from my humble opinion, Harry Maguire to West Ham is very much on the cards. Plus also lots of reports saying that a second bid is expected soon from David Moyes' West Ham. Let's hope it's true. Let's hope it's at least 25 million. Let's hope it's at least enough to tempt Manchester United to sell him and get him off of our books. If that's the case, then we can start to plan for our next player. Also, other players that are currently linked away, like Donny van der Beek. Right now, there's interest from Real Sociedad, just an update from Fabrizio this evening as well on Donny van de Beek. Let's just talk about that for a second. But he says he understands that Manchester United and Real Sociedad remain locked in talks for Donny van de Beek deal. Negotiations will continue in the next few days. Feeling remains the same for Fred, who 100% leave United. These are crucial steps for Amrabat deal. As always said, no bid yet. So let's get on to the Amrabat latest. There's not too much going on from the show earlier on today. But obviously we are in that position where we're trying to sell Harry Maguire. We're trying to sell Donny van de Beek, maybe McTominay. Fred is obviously being talked about as a player to be going out. Fab says that he will 100% be sold this summer, whether it's to Saudi Arabia or Fulham or wherever. Very likely that Fred leaves this football club. So one of these players or two of these players are going to have to go to finance the Sofyan Amrabat deal and to make room in that midfield for Sofyan Amrabat as well. I think that's pretty apparent. We have done a lot of business and we have got a lot of players currently within that midfield, most of which are great, but some of which, like McTominay, Donny and Fred, are pretty much surplus to requirements. So cash in on that guff, have a bit of a clear out, sell those players and go and reinvest that in Sofyan Amrabat. Get that player that Ten Hag really wants and likes. I mean, so earlier on this afternoon, we were talking about Ten Hag pushing for Sofyan Amrabat and that he wants Sofyan Amrabat at the football club. He's understood that Ten Hag continues to push Man United to sign his protege Sofyan Amrabat. United not far away from a deal. The final breakthrough is expected at the end of the week. So hopefully there will be more news in regards to us actually going for a bid for Fiorentina very soon. But right now we're waiting, and we're playing the waiting game to try and sell a player or two to generate a bit of cash and clear out some guff in that midfield. But Sofyan Amrabat's really attracted by the possibility of working with Erik Ten Hag again. He really wants to join Manchester United, so there isn't any real issues there. And just a case of waiting and hoping that by the end of the week, Man United have made contact with Fiorentina, guys. So there's not too much new stuff going on with Sofyan. We're waiting to sell at least one or two players between Fred and Donny van de Beek to make a move for Sofyan Amrabat. The two will leave for sure this summer. It won't be Galatasaray for Fred. So apparently negotiations have broken down. I hear they're now looking at Tanguy Ndombele as a potential player to go and join Galatasaray, but still Fulham have an interest in him, and Saudi Arabian clubs is probably the most likely. I think it's most likely he ends up going to Saudi Arabia because of the money that United can generate, probably prepared to offer us a few million more just because they got so much money bags over there. And for that league, a player like Fred right now at 31 years of age would actually be a very, very good player over in Saudi Arabia. So they should want him significantly at this moment in time. We just have to hope that we can sell all of these players, or at least a few of these players. Sofyan Amrabat to Manchester United is really hotting up, as per many reports out there. So that's the latest, really. Manchester United still working and hoping for Sofyan Amrabat. Ten Hag loves him. He loves Ten Hag. We're expected to go in towards the end of the week and have a cheeky little bid for Sofyan Amrabat, and we must sell a player, at least, or potentially two, before we can go and approach Fiorentina, because we don't want to have the situation where we end up with way too many midfielders, of which three of them are probably not good enough for our team anymore, and we're trying to sell them on. We want to get rid of McTominay to West Ham if we can for 30 mil. We want to sell Donny van de Beek to Real Sociedad for 20 mil, and Fred is very much on the agenda to try and move on. Because of depth issues, though, one of those players might stay. We went into this afternoon, so I'm not going to really ask you guys again, but most people said that given the choice out of those three players, I think most people said Donny van de Beek or Fred would be the player that they would keep, and to get rid of McTominay or one of the other ones, sell two of those players and keep either Fred or Donny in order to sort of give us more options in the midfield. But right now, nothing has materialised for a bid from United for Sofyan Amrabat, so no extra movement there. We're still waiting for United to go in and cement an offer. But soon that will be the case, I think, based on what we've heard about Ten Hag really loving the idea of Sofyan Amrabat in his side, and Sofyan Amrabat being very keen on the Manchester United move. Plus, Sofyan Amrabat has rejected advances from Saudi Arabian clubs in the last sort of 48 hours, where different clubs have proposed very high money contracts to him, and he has just poo-pooed them and said, not going to play over there in that cash league. He's not interested in it. He wants to play in the Premier League, and he wants to play for Manchester United for Erik Ten Hag, who has that history with him at FC Utrecht, and play Champions League football as well. And that's the big draw for Sofyan Amrabat, is playing for a proper club and a proper league. and having that draw of European football as well. So I think it's just a formality. As I said, West Ham are supposedly interested in him as well, but given the choice, you would obviously go and join Manchester United if we come a knocking. Plus, I think, as I said earlier on in the stream, that the PR spin there is just being put out there from West Ham, maybe to convince us to sell Scott McTominay to them for a cheaper deal, because they are looking for a replacement for Declan Rice. So, that's it, guys. There's nothing really too much to say. Obviously, a few people asking about a Sofyan Amrabat update, but that is more or less the latest news. I'd love to say that we have put in a bid or there is an offer that's about to go in, but we understand towards the end of the week, we should be having those negotiations and verbal conversations with Fiorentina, but still waiting on a player to be sold, guys. Let's jump into the live chat for a few minutes before we cover the rest of the information and the different stories we've got still. See what you legends are saying around about Sofyan and what you think about him as a player. But obviously the type of player that's going to transform the midfield in some capacity with his combative physicality. He gets stuck in and he's got great passing. So you could just imagine a midfield with him alongside Casemiro being really, really good. And plus, if Cassie gets injured or suspended, then we've got a player who can go in and play instead of Casemiro. It gives us nice options and nice depth rather than having to trust the likes of Scott McTominay or Fred in there, who are both gash. Do the Saudis want Henderson? Well, apparently not at this moment, Showcat Khan, but they shouldn't they? If I was them, I'd be interested in Dean Henderson. Right now, it's understood Nottingham Forest are still weighing up the idea. We've got to try and get rid of him. Chances are we can't get the money that we want for him because of how much wages he's on as well. Pricing these players out of a move because of how much money we pay them is just the United way. Unfortunately, in recent years, it's the United way. Very disappointing. Yep, exactly, Berber. Clear the decks. Get rid of the old mount guard. Spot on. Out with the old, in with the new. Time for a change. Okay, Amrabat, man, I like that one. Andrew Goncars, love that. He does have very good technique, doesn't he? You are, yep, and the right mentality. So Red Olsen, Alex Walker, you got in at a good time, mate. We'll do a rundown in a few minutes' time of what we discussed in this video. I'm just going to cover the rest of bits and bobs, so hang loose for a couple of minutes, and then we'll have a cheeky little update of what we've discussed before we get into the live chat for a Q&A. Gattuso says, what's happening with Martial? He's currently sat on a physio table right now, having an injection in his leg because he's got floppy knee disease, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. What is going on with him? Goodness knows. Maybe somebody breathed in his direction and he's broken his hip? I don't know. What's going on with Tony Martial? Crikey. Do you know what? He doesn't even have any hamstrings left, guys. He's got bloody bacon strings. It makes no sense. He's just completely an injury-prone guy. So you can't believe that he's going to feature much for us this season, particularly now Rasmus Højlund has come in. We just got to hope that a Saudi Arabian club goes in and tries to sign him before the end of the window. But again, as I just mentioned about Dean Henderson, and it's the same with Harry Maguire, these players are being given too much money by United. Again, Martial is one of those players that's on £200,000 a week at the football club, which is mental when you think about what he actually gives us. So you try and sell him. I don't blame other clubs being not interested in Tony Martial. Maybe there would be some interest if he would play for them for 80 grand a week. But 200k a week for Tony, an injury-prone melter? No, thank you very much if I'm anybody in the top flight. So maybe Saudi Arabia, because they're desperate for players and they do pay players a heck of a lot more for who they are at this moment. This summer, it seems like that's the case. So perhaps they can get him over there. But right now, it doesn't look like anybody else other than the Saudi League may come in for Tony. But of course we should sell the guy. Of course we should try and move him on. Tear up his contract. Well, we are still in the process of having to honour that contract. Unless he's prepared to mutually terminate, why would he? We'd have to pay the remainder of his contract out, which means that it's going to cost a fortune because he's on 800 grand a month. So, crikey, we can't even do that. He's better to have around. Ten Hag has said earlier on, about a week or two ago in the preseason, that he thinks Tony's a really good player and he wants Tony fit and Tony can score goals. Of course he's going to say that. He's getting ready for the eventuality that we can't sell Tony and that he's got to use him as a third or fourth choice forward, which he will do sometimes. But he's just so injury prone, we can't rely on him, and he's even inconsistent when he's fit. That's the problem. So for me, Tony Martial to Saudi Arabia is the best bet, but reality is we're stuck with him. Neil Gilbert says we got 185 likes. Thank you, Neil. Everybody keep smashing the like button if you haven't done so. Drop a little thumbs up on the stream. We're nearly at 200 likes, and smash the subscribe button. Nice one. Okay, so Tony Martial, yeah, don't even really want to talk about him, to be honest. He's just too much of a melter to really consider selling. Very unlikely. Amad Diallo, though. Let's talk about Amad Diallo. A bit of information about Amad Diallo come out this evening. Just the fact that he is likely to be staying at Manchester United. So there's an exclusive here via The Athletic, which says that Amad is set to stay at Manchester United this summer after suffering a knee injury that will rule him out for a loan move. So that's a shame. Obviously, we know he got injured in the pre-season, and obviously he hasn't been able to sort of mount a quick recovery. It's going to be a reasonable layoff. So for that reason, he's basically unloanable or unsaleable right now. Not necessarily the worst thing. He's a player that's going to give us some different options and be a backup for us. But it probably would have made sense to loan him out to a higher standard team than last year. Last year was on loan at Sunderland, obviously Championship. But this year, maybe a Premier League side or a European side, Serie A side or something like that would have been a better fit for him, just to give him a bit more experience and game time, because he's not going to feature regularly at Manchester United. But what do you think about Amad Diallo, folks? Let's ask the live chat. Keep, loan or sell? Amad Diallo, for me, I would have loaned him, but right now it looks like because he's injured, it's going to be very difficult in order to do that, unfortunately. So he has been ruled out of the first part of the Premier League season after sustaining a knee injury. Very much sad. Let's get some love hearts in there for Amad Diallo. It is very sad. Same goes for Kobbie Mainoo. These guys are out for the first part of the Premier League campaign. Maybe Amad Diallo may be out even longer. So very much sad news for us, obviously, that that's the case. But because of that, it basically rules out any kind of loan move for either player right now, which is a shame. There's another report that's come in here, guys, about Tottenham. You know, this goes to show you where Tottenham's at the moment. And apparently they are looking for a new forward player called Alejo Valise to Tottenham Hotspur. Very advanced negotiations with Rosario Central enter the final stage. English club wants to sign him, but does not want to leave him at the club until December. So apparently there's some interest for them to sign a player from Rosario, a new forward player. It's always good news when you hear about that, because it seems they're going to get ready to try and get rid of Slabby Kane. And if Slabby Kane goes, well, he's probably only going to one of two clubs this summer, one of which least likely Manchester United, the other one most likely Bayern Munich, but you never know. So hopefully, guys, that's the case. Also, just another update this evening's coming from Alfredo Padula, which says that after the sale of Castrovilli, it will soon be the turn of Amrabat. As already mentioned, there have been secret contacts between Fiorentina and Man United through intermediaries. Take that with a pinch of salt, but, you know, nice to hear that there's more movement going on there with Amrabat. And then also we have an update from Fabrizio Romano, who also says about this Alejo Valise. He says this: Alejo Valise has agreed personal terms with Tottenham. The player wants to join on a long-term contract in place. Negotiations are underway between the clubs. Rosario Central asked to keep Valise on loan for at least 6 months, but Spurs don't want to do that. So because of that, it does increase the likelihood that Kane is on his way out sooner rather than later. Get in there, my son. United still very unlikely that we'll go in for him, but as we've talked about a few times now throughout this window, if we sell all the guff, 6 players, 7 players gone, we can justify buying Harry Kane for £100 million. If we get rid of Maguire, McTominay, Fred, Donny, Martial, Bailly, Henderson, 7 players right there will pay for Harry Kane, no worries at all, and more than pay for him. It will pay for his wages, three times over, but it will also pay for the transfer fee. So if we were to sell those 7 players, that's a big if. But if you do the maths in your head, guys, those 7 players, McTominay 30 mil, Maguire 25 mil, Fred 15 mil, that's 70 mil right there. Add in Donny van de Beek for 20, that's 90 million. Henderson 10 or 15, whatever. Martial 5 mil or 10 mil or whatever you can sell that twat for. But the wages combined of those players is like double what you'd have to pay Harry Kane per week at least, and then the amount of money generated for the transfer kitty would be over 100 million. So there's no reason to think that if United were prepared to have a proper clear out, then could actually oversee all those players' deals, that we couldn't necessarily go in there for Kane. Unlikely, I know, but still holding out a little bit of hope for Slabby Kane at this football club. It would be beautiful. It'd be absolutely beautiful. And there's another one you mentioned, Angie. Greenwood's coming back. Well, okay, Greenwood's another one. I'd sell Greenwood, generate 30 mil from Greenwood, get him off the books. That's another player you can actually justify putting towards the Harry Kane pot. And Harry Kane's somebody that's not a scumbag. So yes, it's hard to imagine a reality with United's last few windows where we could sell 7 players between now and the end of the window. But we know there's clubs that are interested in several of our players. Donny is a minimum, Fred is a minimum, Maguire and McTominay is a minimum. Those players definitely have teams that are interested in them. So we could possibly do it, but it is very unlikely. Not happening, Pig, says Danny B. It probably is not happening. I mean, what do you think, guys? Yes or no? Do Man United have a stab at Harry Kane this summer? Yes or no? Oh, it's annoying to think about that we won't. It really is. We should just go and get him, guys. Come on, it's blatant. It's blatantly obvious. He would make United so much better. Rasmus Højlund also. Imagine having those 2 guys. We'd be actually up there in terms of firepower with the best. With the best in the league, with a chance of potentially qualifying or challenging for the league. If we did that, goodness me, it's a no-brainer. Go and get the best players in. Not happening, says Rajat, Donny, Fred, and that is it. Maybe you're right, Alex Walker. No Kane in United. Yeah, Mr. Levy would never sell him to us. He would do for more money, though. If he can get 10 or 15 or 20 million pounds more than what Bayern are prepared to pay for him, then he would. Plus, it's also about what Kane wants. People seem to forget about this. Maybe Kane doesn't want to go and play in Germany. Maybe he wants to go and play for Manchester United in the Premier League. We don't know at this stage. We think that he would want to play in the Bundesliga because he's guaranteed trophies and Bayern's a great team. But who's to say that that's the case? Why doesn't he want to go down in history as the best Premier League striker? He could potentially do that if we come to United and fired us to a title. He's already on course to take over Alan Shearer's goal-scoring record. He just needs to add a Premier League trophy to his cabinet because he's got no trophies. If he did that, it's up to him. It's actually up to Harry Kane as well. You can't make him go to the Bundesliga. He could easily run down his contract for a year now and go and sign for somebody, in a year's time on a free. So who's to say he doesn't do that? He might just get his head down for a year, take all his time, not really kick up a fuss, but just play his football for a year. If Spurs allow him to continue to play, which they will because he's a great player, and then he just leaves in a free in the summer next year for free, which means that United could have a go at him next year on a free transfer, as could all the rest of the best teams in the world, because that's what they would do. And he'd get more money in the process as well, because he's a free agent, so he'd get more money. So if I was Harry Kane, that's actually what I would do. Unless they prepared to sell him to Manchester United for X amount of money. So I do. You're right, Luan France. I do really want Kane at United. I can't hide the fact. I think he's perfect for us. I think he gives us a different type of forward player to Rasmus Højlund. He gives us somebody that's proven to score goals in the Premier League, and he's just way more likely to get Manchester United to challenge for a Premier League title this season than Rasmus Højlund on his own. I think that's fair. Rasmus Højlund may well be an amazing player for Manchester United, and I really hope he is, and I think he is going to be. But Harry Kane is proven to do it within this league and scored 30 goals last season for the shithouses Tottenham. You can't really ask for much more than that in terms of pedigree. So if he came in at United's forward line, I would be feeling very confident that we could actually challenge for the title. That's the difference that a Kane signing gives you. It is unlikely. Yeah, Kane's wages next year on a free would be large indeed, but this year probably 400 grand maximum. 400 grand maximum if United could do a deal, which, if you look at it this way, it's Maguire and Martial's wages. Get those twats off the books. It's Maguire and Martial's wages. That's it for Harry Kane. And then you've got the best striker in the league. Exactly, Gattuso. If we buy Kane, we'll win the league 100%. 30 goals a season, all day, says United 90. Tottenham adding a buyback clause, as Andrew Goncars. Hey there, Jarvis Cocker. How you doing tonight, you legend? I hope you're doing well, bud. Connor says, why would you sell Greenwood? Okay, so I would sell Greenwood because I personally think that the club will have to deal with all this horrible backlash and PR nightmare if we keep hold of him, regardless of what happens. Yeah, okay, we could loan him out, I suppose. But the reality is, if we were to keep him and introduce him back into the side, all the opposition rival fans are going to have horrible chants going all game long every time we're playing against him with Mason Greenwood on the pitch. He's going to be the subject of a torrent of abuse online, in person, everywhere. The media will hound him. The media will hang, draw and quarter him. And they'll also do the same to Manchester United to a degree. Even though he wasn't found guilty, the media will paint Manchester United as this team that are prepared to play this guy. And I just think that even though he's a super good talent and a really quality player that could improve United's team, it's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the baggage that is associated with him. So I would sell him at a cut price just to move on, just to get him off our books, to get some money in that we could reinvest elsewhere. For that reason alone, I just think he tarnishes this football club. whether he's guilty or not, unfortunately, there's an element of huge baggage that comes along with Mason Greenwood. So, got to be honest, I would move him on and just start again. But he is obviously a talented lad. No dramas. He is a talented lad. Yep. Too much hassle and drama. Get rid. He's tarnished his reputation. Greenwood in, says Connor. Sell Greenwood to Luton. True story, says Peter Scogman. Well, okay, whether you think Greenwood in or not, it's down to the club to decide, and they may decide, like I would decide personally if I was in that position, to get rid of him and to maybe sell him and just use the cash elsewhere, because there's some club out there that would take Greenwood for a cheap price because he's actually a brilliant player. Dutch Christ thinks he deserves a second chance, but not at United. United is a club that has a certain reputation to uphold. It also, it's not a scum club like Chelsea or Liverpool or one of these clubs, who supports Luis Suarez being a racist by wearing T-shirts the bloody next week after racially abusing Patrice Evra. We're not a scum club like that. You know what I'm saying? We're a proper club, guys. We're a proper club. With people like Bobby Charlton as ambassadors and stuff. Proper blokes. Proper club. So that's the difference. It's just he's tarnished his reputation. And because of that, it's unlikely that maybe we should continue with him. But we may well do that. We'll see. The chance would be horrendous. Absolutely, Mr. DOG. They would be awful, wouldn't they? Goodness me. I mean, I remember going to see Arsenal versus Manchester United at the Emirates when just after we signed Robin van Persie. And the chants towards Robin van Persie were horrendous from the Arsenal fans, right? They were chanting, saying things like, he's just a Dutch Jimmy Savile, Dutch Jimmy Savile. They were saying stuff like that about RVP, right? And they were saying, there was another one about him being a rapist and stuff, because of some rumour about him back in when he was in Holland as a teenager or something, right? Well, goodness knows what they'd come up with for Mason Greenwood, is all I'm saying. There would be so many different chants, and it would be just the focal point of every fan abuse from a rival team every single week. And it just, who needs that, guys? Who needs it? Anyway, right. Okay, enough about Greenwood, guys. We'll let you know what happens with Greenwood when the club decide. Right now, they haven't decided. They may well keep him. I still think the club will keep him because he's a good player and they stand to lose money on this guy who's an academy product. But I'm just saying, if we could sell him, we should sell him. Maybe go and get some money. That way we can generate cash to put towards Kane, who's not a scumbag. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And he's a goal-scoring beast. A fair play to you, Flying Pig United Extra. Get in there. By the way, now, I think you can put exclamation mark extra, XTRA, in the live chat. Exclamation mark extra. I have set up a cheeky little command to bring up the other channel, which is Flying Pig United Extra. So if you just put an exclamation mark extra in the live chat, guys, that should bring up a link to the other channel, which is now being run by Jamza Highlights. Get in there, Jamza, who's running the channel over there and putting up clips and stuff. Just extra content, actually just without the E there, Uncaged Squid. So XTRA. I know it's misspelled, but there you go. Exclamation mark XTRA. That's what you need to bang in there. But yeah, guys, go and give us a retweet. Thank you for that, Aaron. We've got 18 retweets so far. Go over there, give us a retweet. We'll shout you all out in a minute. There you go, Luan France. There it is right there. So it's popped up there, guys. That is it. So at the end of the stream, I'll ask you guys to do that again, and I'll pin it at the top and send you guys over there. But that is the Extra Clips channel anyway. Cool stuff going on there. I put one on there earlier, actually, as well, which is just a little Liverpool bit from the other day where we were talking about Sofian Amrabat choosing United over Liverpool. And Jams is putting stuff up. And I've also got to add Sin Games. I don't know if Sin Games is in here tonight, but I've also got to add Sin Games as a manager on there so he can upload stuff as and when he gets time to or wants to. That'd be awesome. So there should be plenty of like clip content and all sorts of stuff going on over there, guys. So go and join the channel, Flying Pig Extra, Flying Pig United Extra over there. Right then. Yeah, Connor, look, I'm with you, Connor. Listen, this isn't my issue. Mason Greenwood is better than all the forward players we've got at the football club. I'll say that right now. Certainly, potentially, he is, definitely. You know, when you consider his age and what he was doing before all of this calamity happened, what a player. I said 2 years ago, Mason Greenwood, future Ballon d'Or winner. That's how confident I was about him. I can't say the same about Rashford, even though Rashford's many years advanced. Rashford's a very good player, but he doesn't have the same level of vision or intelligence on the pitch as Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is a born finisher. His movement, his finishing with both feet, everything. He's an absolute baller of a player. Great player. It's not about that. I don't care about that, guys. I care about what issues it's going to cause for Manchester United as a football club, and the issues it's going to cause the squad harmony, and the issues it's going to cause the terraces on the terraces. It's issue laden. He's an issue laden individual, rightly or wrongly. It's going to cause huge backlash at Manchester United. Do we need that? No, we don't need it. Let's sell him, move on, go and get Harry Kane for fuck's sake. He's too complicated. It's too complicated. We need to move on from the guy. That's my humble opinion. Right. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm going to do a rundown of what we discussed during this stream now. And thank you once again, everybody, for getting in here. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button if new. We're only 2 away from 72, 780. So hit the subscribe button if you're new. Get yourself involved in the chat. We want to hear from you. I've had this poll going. Keep voting in the poll. We've had 251 votes. Will Maguire leave this summer? We'll let you know the results of that in a minute. But before I do, I'm going to pop over to Twitter. Give a shout out to everyone who's given us a retweet on there. Thanks to everyone for sharing the show out on Twitter. It does help us out. We've had 20 retweets, guys. Thank you for the quoted tweet from Guy Am Legend. Thank you, Guy Am Legend. Appreciate you, my son. Also 19 retweets, which is from Aaron Homeyard, Richard Westerpeck, transfers _UTD, JKTO69, Adam Hanif, Lee Hope, Tiger Woods, The Tweeter, Mr. Sims, John Boy Cat, Vincent Bullock, Rugmuncher 007. I'm going to give you a follow back, my lad. Cheers, lad. You're an absolute legend. Thanks for all the gifted memberships earlier on. That was absolutely raw, lad. Stephen Braun, Mark, Ashby Moe, Boomy, and the legend Jarvis Cocker as well getting in there raw. Luan France, Sin Games, and ADV. Thank you, seriously, every one of you guys out there. It's a lot of legends giving us a retweet. Thanks for sharing us around. It does help us to get a few new people watching the streams, etc. So thanks so much for supporting the channel by retweeting us. And if you're not following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those places, give us a follow at Flying Pig United. The links are in the description. Right, quick rundown of what we discussed now, folks. Very quick rundown, and then I will get into the chat. Chloe Jenkins says we need to hear a public comment from the girlfriend. Yeah, I'm with you. If maybe we can reconcile with the Mason Greenwood situation. If he and his missus are prepared to do like a reveal all, tell all interview. But without that, there's too much damage been done. Too much damage been done. It's just an odd situation. I know he's still with the woman. They've just had a child. But goodness me, not that long ago, she's sharing, you know, and I don't blame her necessarily if it's a genuine abuse. Sharing potentially, allegedly abusive, stuff that Mason Greenwood's done or said. It's outrageous. So it's just a very strange situation and scenario for anyone to really be able to digest. There's no right or wrong answer, I suppose. But for me personally, get rid. Anyway, right, let's get into the live chat, guys. Oh, no, wait. Quick rundown of what we discussed. So Ten Hag pushing for Amrabat. Amrabat wants Ten Hag and Manchester United. He's refusing Saudi Arabian interest at this moment in time. Lots of outlets reporting that David Moyes is expected to come in and that West Ham are still interested in Harry Maguire at this stage. And the intent from David Moyes is to go and put in a second bid for Harry Maguire soon, and hopefully that's the case. We're looking forward to seeing that materialise. There also may well be interest from Sean Dyche at Everton, and even Wolves are supposedly interested in Harry Maguire. More for them. But if they are, please come and get him. Please come and get him, and let's have a clear out. Let's start this right. If we can get rid of Mags, it would be like a brilliant day. So Moyes, interested in Slabby Maguire, is said to wish to try one more time with Harry Maguire despite the player's reluctance to join West Ham. So Maguire may not want to join West Ham, but he might not have much of a choice if he's not going to play any football at United, seeing as the European Championships next year, and to get into Southgate's England setup, he may well need to be playing regular football. So it's up to him. He might decide to stay and just collect the paycheck and not play, but that would be somewhat foolish, I think, based on what we've just discussed. So, yeah, there you go. Also, Sofyan Amrabat. We're expecting that there'll be a bid later on during the week sometime. It's hotting up. Maybe once we sold one of the players we've mentioned that are interested, that there is interest from other teams, such as Donny van der Beek to Real Sociedad, Fred to Saudi Arabia or Fulham, Donny, I've already said that. Maguire to West Ham, McTominay to West Ham. You know, these guys, if you can sell one or two of these players, that's probably when you'll see us go and pull the trigger on the old Sofyan Amrabat situation. Get in there, my son. He's definitely on the list. He's the next guy on the list after Rasmus Hojlund has been signed up. And we've found out, obviously, this evening from Fabrizio Romano that Amrabat is next on the list, but also Rasmus Højlund has signed his contract at Manchester United. Get in there, my son. So he's put pen to paper on a 5-year deal with the option for an extra year. He says, Rasmus Højlund, after the contract signed a few minutes ago, Manchester United plan to unveil the Danish striker as a new striker at Old Trafford on Saturday before the friendly game versus Lens. Get in there, my son. And as I mentioned, he signed his deal. So that's brilliant news for us. He's obviously put pen to paper. I mean, that's basically the latest news. Oh, and Amad Diallo staying due to injury. There were some thoughts that maybe he would go out on loan this summer. But because he is unfortunately quite injured, unlikely that he'll be going anywhere. So him and Kobbie Mainoo probably sticking around. That's the latest transfer news and the latest goings on, guys. Do I still believe in Donny van der Beek, says Roger. Let's get into the live chat. Thank you, Roger. Yes, he had a good pre-season. He looked good. He's a good technical player. I think in the right team, he's a good player. He's not physical, but he's got very good passer of the ball. He protects the ball well. He's got good vision. You saw his performance the other day against Dortmund where he's created 2 goals for his teammates. And he scored a lovely goal in pre-season as well, that volley. He's not a half-bad player. He's just not really ever shone at United. He's never really taken his chances. To be fair, he's never been given all that many chances, but he's certainly never really taken them. So I wouldn't be bothered. He's, like I said, he's just one of those players that if he goes, fine. If he stays, fine. Not bothered about it. I'm not that passionate about it either way. McTominay, on the other hand, get rid of that melter. Maguire, on the other hand, get rid of that melter. You know, so I'm not bothered about Donny. I think Donny would probably do well wherever he goes, though. If he goes to Spain, Batman Night fan, it's well suited to him. Real Sociedad would be well suited to him. Get a bit more time on the ball, plays the ball around nicely, great passer. And even Ajax should potentially have some interest in bringing him back from what I hear. That would make sense also. The Kate Cadet, hello to you, bro. How you doing tonight? Get in there, you legend. Yeah, he parted the defence with a single pass, though. Yeah, great player. Nothing wrong with how he's performed in pre-season. But pre-season is different to the rest of it, isn't it? Pre-season's pre-season. You know, Rashford's been shit in pre-season. I expect him to be a lot better during the season. A lot of players have been pretty rough during this pre-season. Really, Dimmy Maiden? What's that all about then, my son? What's that called, bro? Just so you know, West Ham is my second favourite team, and when they get Maguire and Scotty Mac, they're going to beat United. I'll remind you guys of this comment. You what, Luan? Get out! No, fair enough. When they get Scotty McTominay and Maguire, they'll beat us. I mean, goodness knows that's not going to happen. Surely we'll end up beating them 17-0 once they've got Maguire and McTominay in their team. Maguire will score a hat-trick of own goals. And finally, he'll actually do something good for United. So I'm not so convinced about that. Dimmy says extra. Yeah, we got an extra channel. It's Flying Pig United Extra. So we've got content going over there. Going again there on the extra channel. Yeah, that's it. We've got a new extra channel. Somebody put an exclamation mark extra in the live chat, XTRA. And that will bring up the link to the extras channel. So if you're not subscribed to the extras channel, certainly subscribe to the extras channel. There's going to be more clips and content coming over there, guys. Mostly just from these streams, but put into little concise little clips and fun stuff. I see you were just joking there. Got ya. Alan Partridge, Jurassic Park. What's going on, mate? There it is right there. Subscribe to the extra clips channel. I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat there now. So you can just go over there at the end of this stream if you want and get yourself involved with the stream, with the channel. Go and click the bell icon over there as well so you get notified. Right, guys, I'm going to end this Maguire poll right now. We've got a Maguire poll running. We've had 273 votes on it. And it says, will Maguire leave this summer? This is very interesting. So 52% of the live chat currently saying... 52% of the live chat currently saying no, he won't go. 48% say yes, Slabby Maguire will be leaving this football club. Check that out. Actually, no, I've messed that up. 58% say yes, he will. And 42% say no, he won't. 58% say yes, he will leave. And 42% say no, he won't. That's quite interesting. It's almost split pretty much straight down the middle there. Tough to really decide, I suppose, based on a few things like Maguire's will to leave. Will he actually want to leave? And will West Ham actually come in for another bid? There's a few different factors. So the majority just about thinks that he will go. I think he will go as well if an offer comes in. Nice, David Gamer. You just subscribed to it. That's awesome, lad. Oh, that doesn't work anymore, Rushmano, but thank you for getting the merch in there, dude. I've got to set up the merch on like my other website, flyingpigunited.com. It was just too expensive to keep that other site going, and you know, so I don't actually have that site anymore, the Flying Pig clothing one. But I'm going to get that set up so merch is available soon on flyingpigunited.com. You're with Luan. The both of them make West Ham a major force. Major farce, really. Just buy them for fuck's sake. Okay, well, they probably do make West Ham better, though. I know everyone's having a bit of a joke here, but they do make West Ham better, particularly now that they've got to replace Declan Rice. And Maguire's a good standard player for West Ham. He's just not good enough for United. But for West Ham, yes, makes them a better team. Genuinely believe that. Should Maguire leave? He should absolutely leave. If he can get the same money at West Ham, he'll play regular football and he won't have the same added level of pressure that he's got at United. And he'll actually get to play regularly rather than just be a 7th choice backup. Hey, Paul Ennis, have a good one, mate. Oh, shit. Dude, let's get some love hearts in there for Paul. Sorry to hear you got a broken foot and ankle, man. Let's get some hashtag get well soons in there. Paul, rest up, mate. Sorry to hear that, bro. That is awful, lad. Ah, crikey, mate. Did Harry Maguire walk past you and step on your toes? What's happened? Sorry to hear that, bud. Get well soon, lad. Chloe Jenkins has been a member of this channel for 11 months, and she's got a highlighted member comment in there. It says, oink, oink. Thank you so much, Chloe. Thanks so much for being a member of this channel for nearly 1 whole year now. Awesome of you. Thanks for all the support as well, all the time. Absolute legend. Thank you so much indeed there, Chloe Jenkins. Get in there. Let's get a hashtag 11 in there for Chloe. Thank you so much, Chloe. Absolute legend. He wants to play for a top 6 team. Who would take him? None of the top 6. I don't think Alex Walker personally. Do not think so. Could we maybe include him in it? I know they're not top 6 this last season just gone, but could we not maybe include him in some sort of Spurs deal? He's a Spurs melter through and through, if you ask me. Harry Maguire's destined to play for Tottenham. You know, he's perfect for them. He's absolutely perfect. He's a bottle melter. Just perfect for Spurs, isn't he? So it does make sense maybe to try and include him in some sort of deal for Harry Kane, but you know, I don't think that's going to happen, obviously. Do I have a favourite pig, says you are? Not really, bud. Not really. I mean, Porky Pig's pretty cool, isn't he? 11, says Stephen. 11, says Eamon Barrett. 11. Get in there. Well done there, Chloe Jenkins, for being a member for nearly 1 year. Been in contact with Martial. Who has? The Invisible Man. Aston Villa, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I just don't really see many top half teams being that interested in. West Ham fits because, well, they finished outside the top 10. They're a mid-table side, even though they've got Europa League football, but they can provide that for Harry Maguire this season, so it does kind of make sense. Harry Flop Maguire, says Blazing Zari. A real hog, says Professor. We made a huge mistake. We bought a guy who thinks he's Maldini and now he's delusional because he really thinks he is. United, what have you done? Another Phil Jones. Try and get rid of the guy. It's like a turd that won't flush. I do think that's possible, Stephen Shipman. It depends how many games Garnacho plays. I still think Rashford will be ahead of Garnacho most of the time. Iberian pig's pretty tasty. Lovely. Not enough pig heroes, says Orlando Arellano. Who's our UCL group going to be? We've got to wait for the draw, don't we, lad? When is the draw? Anybody know? Thank you. Hospital bed is great, but the food is gash. Surgery tomorrow. Mate, that's absolutely awful, Paul. Get well soon, mate. Sorry to hear that. That is proper gash, honestly. I hope it heals up soon, dude. Proper gash. Bloody hell. Hospital food is jank. Order a cheeky Nando's or something on Just Eat. Can you do that? Probably not. Maguire suits City with his build-up play. I mean, maybe so, more so than United, but he still would be shite there, I think. He needs a low-block gash team. Problem is, when City are camped out in the opposition half and Maguire's on the halfway line and they lose possession, which doesn't happen that often because they're very good at that, if not the best in the league at just keeping hold of the ball. When they do lose possession, simple ball over the top, pacey striker on the opposition team or winger, they're in behind. Maguire's in no man's land because he's got no bloody pace. That's the problem with him. You heard meat is you heard pig meat's closest to human. Bloody hell, Orlando Arellano. Obscene. Yeah, Maguire to Italy does sound like that would make a heck of a lot of sense. Let's hope that somebody from Italy comes and bids in for him because I think he would be a good fit for those guys as well. You're waiting for the day Scott gets sold. Fred shouldn't leave, in my opinion, first. Josh Lee, I'm with you, bud. McTominay or Fred, if I had to get rid of one, it would 100% be McTominay. August 31st. Thank you, the Hoop Man. Getting there, you legend. That's when the Champions League draw is. Thank you so much. We'll be covering that live on the channel. Harry Maguire should go back to Sheffield United. A spot on, agreed. The fridge can't run, says United 90. Alex, I have to say, I think he would be really good in Italy. Players like Chris Smalling, who couldn't hack it at Man United in the Premier League in the end. I mean, in hindsight, he was better than a lot of what we had since, but you know, he couldn't hack it in the Premier League. He's like one of the best centre-backs over there. So I think he would flourish over in Serie A. Exactly, Mark N. Inter Milan, Roma, one of those places sounds a lot of good. Draw, UCL, August 7th. Next draw for the playoff round. Oh, okay, August 7th for the playoff round. Right, fair play. Nothing like a leg of pork and crackling. Maguire should go back to Hull City. Good point, Boomy. We can't sell Deadwood players. Well, we've sold a couple so far this summer, but yeah, we're terrible at that. There's one main reason: they're paid too much money and nobody else will pay them that money. And they don't want to leave because they get more money at Manchester United than they can get elsewhere. Send him to Leicester would be a perfect fit in the Championship. Captain of Luton, says Mark. Leicester could take Slabby back too. Yeah, I don't see him wanting to do that right now because they got relegated. If they didn't get relegated, then I would say that he would probably want to go back there, you know? So, yeah, Suckling Pig is amazing, says Madhouse. Get in there, my son. Maguire was actually good at Leicester. He was. That's why we bought him for a lot of money and because of his 2018 England performance as well. No guarantees, Josh Lee. It would have to mean that Maguire goes, and I guess we don't go in for Kane for us to go and get a centre-back, but maybe. Yeah, and he's been relegated many times. Exactly. The only trophy he's won is the League Cup. Yep, just think if Spurs signed Maguire, Laura Woods or somebody could do a Harry Met Harry piece to camera. Oh, happy when we got Maguire, obviously not now. Yeah, me too. I can't deny I thought we were getting a good player, but he turned out to be an absolute guff bag. Yeah, Maguire to Everton. Sean Dyche would be a perfect manager for Harry Maguire. I've been saying this all the time. Yeah, that's right. You know, Sean Dyche would get the best out of Harry. Sit him in that low block side. It would be really easy for them to just, you know, sit back and, you know, have a low block and then just head balls away and not have to worry too much about running. Just sit back, you know, Ryan Shawcross, Stoke City vibes. Would be absolutely perfect, wouldn't it? I completely agree with you. Thank you, Sing Games. Says smash the like button. Let's get to 250. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sing Games, for that, bud. I hope you're good. Indeed, smash that like button. Let's get to 250 likes. Hell yeah. Low block. Yeah, he'd be really good in a low block. He really, really would be good in a low block. Perfect. You need a backs to the wall defensive side. Maguire to Newcastle makes a bit of sense also. He'll get smashed up, says Bruce. Dimmy says might start working. Come on, it's going to be good, Simon. Sylvester and Yanga's loving it. So's Josh Lee and Batman Knight fan. Get in there, my son. Thank you so much. Can't wait to play West Ham because of having Maguire as like 10 men versus 12 men, says Boomy. When they've got McTominay and Maguire, it will literally be like a full-on shit fest, won't it, for them? I think they probably completely melt it. Rasmus Højlund, 5 goals, 5 assists. Would that be a good season for him, in your opinion? No, Ravens. It wouldn't really. He'd have to get... I want him to get like 20 to 25 goal contributions. That means, say, 15 goals, 10 assists, or 15 assists, 10 goals, somewhere in that really region. That's quite a lot to ask for in his first season as a young guy coming into the Premier League. But I think it's justifiable for us to expect if he's going to be playing the main role up there. Could the Johnny Evans signing be Ten Hag's way to force Maguire out? I think so, Jarvis. Yes, I think so. It puts him further down the pecking order, doesn't it? Even further down the pecking order. So I'm with you. I think it probably does send a message to Harry Maguire that he's a proper melter and he's like 6th choice. And so us just bringing Johnny Evans back in at all really does send a message to him. And having the captaincy stripped off of him. I'm sure Ten Hag's had a conversation with Maguire, or is going to have that conversation with Maguire, saying that he is surplus to requirements and we'd like to sell you to West Ham. I'm sure that's going to happen. No, Amrabat's not confirmed, Dave. Expected that there will be a bid, though, towards the end of the week, but nothing concrete as of right now. But yes, he's expected to want to join Manchester United, and Manchester United are expected to want to go and sign him. So it's looking good at this moment. Højlund will score 15 goals, but depends on game time. There you go, there you go, there you go. Okay then. Right, guys, well, great chat, great chat. We've been on here for an hour and a half, so I guess I'm going to wrap this video up very soon. It's been a great stream, though. Thank you, everyone in the community, for getting in. You're a bunch of bloody legends. Want to say thank you again to the man that is Mr. Rugmuncher 007 for gifting out like 20 members earlier on. That was absolutely raw. Thank you so much to you, dude. Much love. Let's get some love in there for Rugmuncher007, who was very generous this evening. And he made 20 new members on the channel, so welcome to all the new members. And thank you, everyone who's been here tonight, getting your thoughts and opinions in. If you want to keep the debate going afterwards, sorry if I missed any of your comments here at the end, but come back, have your say in the not live comment section, get your thoughts and opinions in. And, you know, obviously we can keep the debate going after the video's finished. So come back once this video's finished, get your thoughts in the not live comment section. Thank you, the Hoop Man. Get in there, my son. He's expected to be out for up to 2 months, United 90. Kobe Mainu. 224 likes. Drop the like before you go, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Get an exclamation mark extra in the live chat, XTRA. That'll give you the link to the extra channel. Go over there, hit the subscribe on that as well. There'll be clips galore coming over there with extra content and stuff. So go and join Flying Pig United Extra channel. It's free. Subscribe to that channel. Click the bell icon over there. Without the E actually sing games. So exclamation mark XTRA. Not tonight, Peter Skogman. Soon we'll be bringing it back though. Get in there, Rug Muncher. Thank you so much, man. You're an absolute lad. Very, very kind of you, mate. Yes, it is fantastic. 20 new members. Absolutely amazing. I know, Jarvis. Fair play to him, mate. Rugmuncher007 doing absolute bits. Thank you so much. I know, Alex Walker. I will be doing it soon, though. Sometimes soon I'll get back into it. Obviously, just been having a bit of a break from FIFA, but I do want to get back into it. I will be getting back into it. It'll probably be on like 4:30 p.m. some days over on the gaming channel, though. Thank you, Momo Minos. It's informative as always. Thank you so much. Disco says he also upped his membership to a sausage holder. Did I miss that? Goodness me, I did miss that, mate. Thank you for upping your membership. What Rug Muncher did. Mate, thank you, Rug Muncher, for upping your membership there to the sausage holders. I did miss that. How did I miss it? Thank you so much. What an absolute mad supporter. Thank you so much there, dude. That's awesome. Get some mad love in there for him. Thank you, bro. And welcome all the new members courtesy of Rugmuncher007 tonight. Big ups, everyone. That's it from me, guys. I'm going to wrap this stream up. Like, subscribe, comment. The FIFA streams will be back on the Head Football. Don't worry, lad. They've not gone away permanently. And obviously, when the new game comes out towards the end of September, we'll be going raw on the content of FIFA as well. Cheers, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all the moderators in blue. Thank you to all the members in green as well for getting in here and having your say throughout. And everybody else in the live chat for having your say. Billy Butcher, Sing Games, Danny, you are Blazing Sari, Mark and Neil Gilbert, Luan France, Kingslayer, Duncan, Mark, everybody. That's it from me, guys. But as I say, come back, keep the debate going after. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. Instagram and all those links are in the description of this video. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com also. And just take care, guys. Kate Cadet, have a good one, my son. Simon Warner, Lucky Singh. Come back, have your say on Maguire. Come back and have your say on Højlund, Amrabat, and anything else we've discussed. That's it from me. Good night, God bless. Also, like I say, click the link at the top of the live chat at the end of this video, guys, or put an exclamation mark XTRA in the live chat and go and subscribe to the Extras Clip channel. Good night, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, peeps. Oh, yes, and remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.